Earlier this week, I brought you a story about how a Telus PR person named Jill Yetman was trained to be a climate leader by Al Gore and his fake charity here in Canada called the Climate Reality Project, which is ironic because there's so very little reality in anything Al Gore says or does. But that single tie to Al Gore makes Telus's partisan support for the Trudeau carbon tax understandable. Not agreeable, but understandable. I also told you how that same fake charity is pushing a Telus-based counter-petition asking us all to just shut up and take the carbon tax. Now, today I'm going to talk to you about that fake charity of Al Gore's. Yeah, that's the next layer of this rotten onion. The Climate Reality Project, this Al Gore foreign meddling front group, is a registered charity here in Canada, getting all the tax benefits of charitable status without following any of the rules, it would seem. Under the Income Tax Act, to get charitable status and to get the benefits of being a charity must devote substantially all of its resources for charitable purposes. Now, Climate Reality doesn't do this. Much of its resources go to staff salaries. Charities are supposed to do public good, not create salaried positions for environmental activists. Also, any political activities undertaken must be incidental to a charity's purpose and not include the support or opposition to any political party. The CRA prohibits a charity to seek to oppose or change the law, policy, or decision of any level of government. Charities are not allowed to sway public opinion on controversial social issues, like a carbon tax. Charities are prohibited from supporting or opposing a political party's policies. But here we have Climate Reality endorsing the carbon tax and the Trudeau Liberals. They can't support a political party and they can't push a policy. They just can't do that. That breaks the law in Canada, but this gets even worse. The Climate Reality Project has worked directly with the Liberal Party of Canada on several different occasions. Some of Al Gore's Liberal recruits were actually Liberal MPs at the time they were recruited as climate leaders. Both Glenn Pearson and Mauriel Boulanger, Liberal MPs, were recruited by Al Gore. Pearson even said that he is, and I quote, keen to learn how to present the Inconvenient Truth lecture to Canadians because the environment and climate change are so central to his political concerns. Yes, Pearson wanted to warn us all about the disappearing polar bears that aren't actually going anywhere and use his position as an MP to do it. Climate Reality also participates in Liberal Party events. For example, Desiree McGraw, a Climate Reality co-founder, was once a main speaker at a Liberal Party of Canada event. This is also against the law that governs charitable activity. A charity isn't supposed to be political. And you can't get more political than speaking at political events for the Liberals. Think about it. This charity was training Liberal MPs and just flaunting the law. It got so bad that Ezra's NGO Ethical Oil sent a letter to the Canada Revenue Agency about Climate Reality back in 2012. Climate Reality's partisanship was so egregious that something had to be done. But nothing was done because as of today, Climate Reality is still a charity. And here we are 4 years later and these Al Gore activists are bullying Canadians who stand up to Telus and getting a tax credit for their efforts. And nothing will change, because Al Gore's Climate Reality is so connected with the now governing Liberals that Liberal MPs were recruited by the charity to talk about polar bears that are just fine and ice sheets that aren't melting. And they are connected to Telus. Their public relations Barbie Jill Yetman is a climate leader. But I have to give you the glass half full after I just explained all the doom and gloom. Regular Canadians are being heard. We've turned one of the largest telecom companies in the country into an automated apology robot. We have 10 times the signatures as that silly little counter petition, even though Telus and Al Gore are firmly behind it. We have thousands of people making the pledge to vote with their wallets against Telus, and Telus is mortified about it. We are doing more and having a better impact than the deep pockets of Al Gore, his crooked charity Climate Reality, and their ties to the climate Barbies at Telus and the Liberal Party of Canada. And that's a win if you ask me. For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn-Reid. Are you fed up with big companies endorsing carbon taxes they'll never have to pay? If you are, go to canceltelus.com and sign our petition.